YouTubers. I was chatting with somebody who was replying to something on my YouTube channel about the Beretta, and told him I'd do this vid so he could kind of see what my beautiful girl really is all about. This is a Beretta 92D Centurion. It was originally a concealed carry, double action only pistol. You can see the hammer right here, the bobbed hammer that it used to have, and I made a few customizations to it. One, I put on a regular hammer. Okay. Two, I put in a Wolf 9-pound 1911 spring, hammer spring. Okay. Now the way you swap out the hammer, you have to replace the sear and like two other parts. I don't remember what they were. I bought this gun in like 1994 and put the Hogue grip on there, obviously. But the 9-pound 1911 spring was an armorer's trick that I read about. Shut up, dog. And what it does is it gives me an awesome, maybe 3-pound pull on single action, and maybe a 4 to 5 pound pull on double action. Now you'll notice right here there are no safeties. Okay, there is a hammer block like all Berettas. Come on, focus. Dick. Right up here on top, there's a hammer block there, so you're not going to drop it and have that hammer hit. You have to pull the trigger to get that block to come up. Okay. It does have a loaded chamber indicator on it. Very slight, very delicate, absolutely groovy. Yeah, she's been my carry pistol for many moons. I know that gun inside and out. I can shoot it really good. It shoots well, and you can see how it's worn. 92, come on. 92D Centurion Beretta. I'll show you the differences between this and a full-size 92 FS here in a second. But a couple things to point out is that it came with 15-round mags. Alright. I have Metgar 18 rounders in it, so I have 18 rounds and one in the chamber, so there's 19 rounds total. Look at that hollow point. Those are so old, I don't even remember what those are. I think they're Winchester Defenders or something. I don't remember what they are. But 18 rounds and one in the pipe makes it compatible with a Glock. So that was kind of why I've got those mags. Let's see, what else? Other than there's no safeties, I've got the Hogue grip on it. 18 round mags. I carry it in a Sweaty Bianchi holster, and I do carry it concealed. It's easy to conceal. I'm kind of a bigger dude. You know, I'm 6'2", 230. So it conceals well for me as long as I'm wearing baggy t-shirts and stuff. It conceals well. But by no means is it a subcompact or a light gun. The girl's got some girth. You know, she's what you would call big boned. Oh, I remember what I wanted to say. The frame. The frame itself is the same identical frame. The only thing that's shorter is the slide and the barrel. Okay, they're reduced a little bit, and you'll see the weight difference here in a minute. anodized aluminum frame, but the frames are all identical. I have a friend who is a customs agent, and he shoots a full-size 92 in 40 caliber. So I asked him one day when we were out shooting, hey, can I try to see if your slide fits on there? And it does. The Beretta frames are all the same. At least they are for the 40. I don't know if they've got any higher calibers. I don't care. I shoot 9. The mags, 40 caliber, 40 Smith & Wesson mags fit in here. Okay? So if you take off the slide and you put a full size on it, you have a whole different gun, a whole different way to shoot. I'm really thinking about doing that, but it's difficult to find a 40 caliber slide and barrel and mags. You know, why? You know, I don't really, other than it being really cool to have, I'm going to stick with 9. All my ammo is 9. I'm sticking with 9. 9 is the most common caliber out there. It'll do what you need it to have done, or it'll do what you need it to do, as long as you can hit your target. So I don't believe in multiple guns, multiple calibers, and that kind of nonsense. We can debate all day long on stopping powers of 45s, 40, whatever. I'll shoot 9 all day long. And in a survival situation, 9 and 45 caliber is going to be the most common rounds you're going to get. So, it is what it is. I can put, you know, I can hit my target. I don't trust myself with a 6-shooter. I have a beautiful Ruger GP 100. And for a second, we'll hog the picture. Love that gun. It's a great hiking gun, backpacking gun. It's a heavy mofo, just like she is. This one's even heavier. I don't exactly know what the weight is, but for a 357 Magnum, that's a sweet gun. It shoots good. I gave it a trigger job. I put in different springs. It has a 3-pound pull. Everything I have has basically a 3-pound pull. My M4 has a 3-pound pull. I put a Timney trigger in it. Timney 3-pound. Single stage trigger. So all my trigger weights are all about the same, which is funny. But I like 3 pounds. One of the features, the cool things about both of these two, a safety issue, okay? With a 3-pound trigger pull, if you cock that hammer back and you're freaking out and you're stressed, that 3-pound ultralight trigger pull, you might accidentally cause it to go off. I'll carry the hammer down. I back it off 1 click so it's not resting on the firing pin. But because it's so light, I'll use that long draw on the first shot, just so I don't have to worry about me being all stressed out and pulling that trigger and having an accidental discharge. So I'll pull that thing long, and then I've got a real nice short trigger pull on it. Same with the Ruger. It's always single action. It's a single double, but I'll keep it uncocked just because it's such a light trigger pull that you know, I don't want it to accidentally go off on something. So with that being said, let me get into the nuts and bolts of the two guns, the two Berettas, and you'll see that there's quite a bit of difference between the two. So stand by for a second. Alright, tubers, I'm back. This is a pretty cool little website, genetron.com. Never heard of them before, but they've got some useful information on handguns. And let's compare the two handguns here for a minute. As you can see on the 92D Centurion, bobbed hammer. This is the grips that came with it. I put the Hogues on, and somewhat of a compact gun. The length is 7.8 inches. Barrel's 4.3. 33.2 ounces as far as the weight goes. And I don't have a digital scale, so I couldn't tell you if that is loaded or not. I think that's unloaded, because it's a heavy gun. It's got some girth. I love it. Produced 1994 to 1998. It is no longer produced, but it is a fantastic handgun if you can find one. Recoil operated semi-automatic, double action only, no manual safety. That's awesome. I hate safeties. And I got into a debate. I have the magazine somewhere that I'll have to dig out somewhere. I got into a debate with some clown editor or whatever goof that was publishing, I don't know, question and answer sections on it, or in it, in the Guns and Ammo magazine. And he thought I was an idiot because this gun didn't have a safety on it. And I fired right back at him. Who's the idiot? How many revolvers do you know of that have a safety? Okay, safeties are stupid. And it's just one or two or three more things that you have to worry about to get your gun to fire. Safeties are stupid. And I don't care what anybody says. Call me haphazard, call me hazardly, or whatever you want to call me. Safeties are stupid, and it's just another thing that you have to worry about. What other things do they have in here? The Beretta 92 pistol evolved from Beretta Designs. Yeah, that was in the other one too. Shoots 9mm Luger. This one does. And so let's compare it to the 92 FS. First of all, let's look at length. 7.8 inches on the Centurion. 92 FS, 8.5. Okay, about an inch difference, or a little under an inch maybe. Barrel length is kind of important. You see the barrel sticking out right here. 4.9 inches. It's about almost a 5-inch barrel. The 92D, 4.3. Okay. Width, 1.5 inches. I can tell you on the Centurion, it says no data. It's the same. It's the same width. Weight or height, 5.5 inches. And the 92 FS is 5.5 inches. The same. The frame is the same. Okay. The lower is the same. The slide is what makes it different. And you notice this one. It's got a safety. It's also got the hammer block on it. So there's two different safety devices on this gun. And you're going to have to remember to flip that safety in order to shoot that gun. Okay? Now here's a good point right here. Weight, 34.4 ounces compared to 33.2. So it's an ounce, 0.1 difference in weight. A little lighter. And again, it was a concealable pistol because it's got a bobbed hammer, double action only. So it's got a long trigger pull every single stinking time, unless you change out the hammer assembly and turn it into a single action, double action pistol. Right here. Double action. DASA. That means double action, a long trigger pull to start off, and then a single action trigger pull after that. Berettas always came with 15-round mags, which is another reason I loved it. The frame is an anodized aluminum frame, so that takes some weight off of it. Fixed 3-dot sights. They're pretty right on. I'm going to, when I get an opportunity, replace that back sight with an adjustable. But I know where this gun shoots for the most part. It's not as accurate as I would like it to be, which is why I want to put an adjustable backside on it. Dovetail, so it's pretty common to be able to trick that out. And again, mine has a 9-pound
1911 Wolf spring in that hammer. It's a hammer spring, and it's buried right in here. Okay. And what that does is that brings it down to about a 3-pound trigger pull on a single action and about a 4 to 5 pound pull on a double action. So there you have it. As you can see, there's a little bit of difference. When I bought this gun, you know, of course, back growing up in the 80s and 90s, everybody, including anybody in the movies, had this gun. They were the bomb. They were the standards set by everybody. Everybody had a Beretta 92, and they are badass. And I've gone a step further and converted this one into a single action, double action pistol, and it only took a hammer, a sear, and I think some other little piece. I can't remember now how I did it, but I think it takes just another little piece or a spring, something. I don't remember. But the hammer and the sear and whatever, you can convert this into a single action, double action. It's a little more compact than this beast right here. And yeah, that's kind of what puts Beretta out in the weeds as far as a concealed carry pistol, because they are heavy. And as badass as you look at, you know, in the movies, and you're pulling that Beretta out of a shoulder holster, or you've got it in your waistband or whatever, it's a heavy mofo. I'm not sure what a full mag weighs, so I'm not going to speculate. But again, 34.4 ounces for this, and I'm sure that's probably empty. And again, they come with 15-round mags. You can put 18-rounders in it, and it will not stick out really any more in the bottom than they already do. It's got a beveled magazine well for fast reloading. It's also got a big, thick butt pad right there that has very positive mag loading to it. Comes with a lanyard, but I've never used that stupid thing. In fact, I probably would be smart to Dremel that thing off, just in case it gets in the way of your reloading. I've never had an issue, you know, so I don't really care. But yeah, it's got a beveled magazine well, tapered magazines that go in there, so it's a very quick reloading process on this handgun. Very easy to take down. You just push this button on the other side of the gun, flip this lever down, and off comes the slide. There's 4 parts to it. End of story. It's a fantastic gun. I mean, this is the thing I like about it. Open top slide, no jams. The only time I ever get a stovepipe or any issue failing to go into battery is with people, mostly, hate to be sounding sexist here, but mostly women and young kids that shoot this gun that don't have wrist strength. And if this thing flips back too much and you don't have strong wrists, you're going to get a stovepipe or failure to go into battery. But other than that, I have really never had anything as far as a malfunction goes on this gun. I can shoot steel case, I can shoot aluminum ammo, I can shoot brass all day long with this handgun. I can drop it in the dirt, I can drop it in the mud, it can get wet, it can get snowed on. This is just a tank. This thing will not stop. And if you had to bet your life on a handgun, the Beretta is a handgun that you would want to bet your life on. So with that, I am out.